Hamilton's artistic talent is vast, extending to all areas of the arts. However, we may be most talented in the musical department. Our excellent bands are unfortunately struggling to push themselves up and promote themselves in our music scene. This is an ongoing problem in our area, and we feel our musicians' talent is not getting out there. So we decided to find out why. The main downfall we discovered is venues, or rather, the lack of them. We asked our experts what they think.
Hamilton venues have always been coming and going like over the years, so I don't know, at the particular moment in time it's not in a particularly good state.
There's definitely a problem with venues in Hamilton. Obviously there's a shortage of them.
Yeah, there always seems to have been a lack of venues in Hamilton, or certainly there's been too many venues come and go.
Hamilton has, as far as venues are concerned, Hamilton has always been up and down, up and down. So, like any city, it has a history of venues opening and closing. At the moment, we're in a slump.
Soul's been closed down.
Soul Bar has stopped and the Castle has stopped.
Newstone's been closed down. Diggers always has problems with noise complaints. Castle's been closed down. And it just seems to be this ongoing thing.
But there's always Ward Lane, which has kind of always been there, and that's still going, so at least we have that. So it's not a complete disaster.
There's been venues that have been good all the way through. Ward Lane has been, a pretty good venue, but again, that doesn't open as a bar all the time. So there's a flip side where if you're a band and you're wanting to play and get a decent audience, it's sort of hidden off the road. It doesn't operate as a bar during the week, so it's quite difficult or unlikely for people to walk past it and just decide to come in and give it a try as well.
We feel the struggle for our bands promoting themselves or being promoted in society is also due to the lack of national radio support our bands get. We decided to compare the national radio station More FM with our local university-based radio station Contact FM. The Radio Works in Hamilton is where More FM and various other mainstream radio stations are broadcasted from. Radio Works owns and controls all the national radio stations and is very money controlled, which results in the small percentage of our local music played being mainstream. However, this sadly demotes our fantastic alternative and indie music scene. We interviewed Greg Preble from More FM and Sam Brown, a volunteer from the local student-based radio station, to see what they said.
I'm the programming coordinator on Contact 88.1 FM. It's the local student radio station based up on campus. We constantly encourage local bands to bring in music. We play spots and things asking for people to bring in their music that they've made, that they've recorded, and we are really keen to get as much Hamilton and New Zealand music out there as we can.
If a Hamilton band brought their CD into the radio station, it probably wouldn't be played on air. On the playlist of More FM, I can't think of any Hamilton bands that are on there, but during New Zealand Music Month we do.
We celebrate and support New Zealand Music Month every month, all year round. We don't feel like we need to do anything specific for one month of the year and then ignore it the other 11 months.
Promotion is an ongoing problem for the musicians of Hamilton. Our music scene is virtually unknown to the youth of today and also to other members of the public. But is this the artist's choice not to promote themselves?
I think bands should promote themselves in every way they can think of. Contact radio stations, contacting the local newspapers, putting their names out there, telling as many people as they can, posters up, getting a MySpace page set up. I think it's a big part of getting your band promoted in today's market.
I think Hamilton music has always suffered from a problem where everyone almost looks down on any band that is good at self-promotion, and it's almost like it's not a cool thing to do to promote your band, which I think is pretty stupid.
It's getting better these days with things like, with the internet basically, with MySpace and other things that, there's other places that musicians can play their music to large numbers of people.
Just playing is promoting yourself, but you got to put posters up or do whatever. But I don't know, with the internet and everything that's going on, I don't know, promotion is important.
Well, promotion in Hamilton, for me, I have a really good view on it because here as an organisation we do quite a lot for it. So, Area 7 is a classic example. Like, we did that last year and we sent it out to every name in the music industry you could think of. We've made heaps of copies of that. So that was a huge initiative on our part.
A lot of towns have their own sort of, like Auckland has the Groove Guide, and Wellington has I think it's the Fix, and it's all just these big little magazines with articles on music and like a huge list of all the venues and everything like that. And it's like a national thing, but Hamilton isn't even on that, which is a real shame, and we don't really have our own one of those.
If you want to help promote local music, word of mouth is pretty much your best tool you can do, but if you're wanting to do something bigger, like collectively, like as a group at school or something, if you want to put on some kind of big, if you think with help you can put on some big kind of concert or something, there's funding available to do things like that. We do funding for musicians and for lovers of arts and stuff, for things that benefit the community. So if it benefits the music scene in Hamilton, then you can get funding for it.
If you want to do something to help, like anyone, just be proactive. Like start a webzine, start a zine, put on a show, start a band, just anything really. Just being proactive. That's even if it's something little. If everybody did something little, then it would all just kind of.
So in the end, this is your choice. You can carry on listening to More FM, who plays some New Zealand music in New Zealand Music Month, or you can listen to Contact FM, who don't ignore our talent and who can celebrate our music for all 12 months of the year. You can live and be totally oblivious to Hamilton's musical scene, or you can get involved, attend concerts, become groupies, buy our band CDs. We need you to support our music scene, celebrate our talent, and celebrate it proudly.